Imagine giving AI a command and waking up to an entire app, designed, coded, and ready to go. This isn't the future, it's happening now. Stick around because by the end, you'll see how this shift is revolutionizing tech and why it's truly AI dope.
Okay, so get this. You give your computer a task, something like design a user interface for a mobile app that tracks sleep cycles.
Okay.
You go to bed, and when you wake up, bam! The AI has not only designed the UI,
Wow.
but also generated the code for it.
That's exactly the kind of future this expert is painting.
That's like magic.
And it really boils down to what they call maximizing AI compute.
Compute.
Yeah, it's not just about faster processors.
Okay.
It's about harnessing AI's power to fundamentally change how we build software.
So it's kind of like rethinking the whole process.
Yeah, exactly.
From the ground up.
And get this.
Okay.
They've actually walked the walk
Oh, really?
by building their own AI assistant
Oh, wow.
named Ada.
Ada.
I mean, we're talking about Ada creating SQL queries,
Wow.
whipping up Python code for charts,
Really?
even deleting files, all just from a simple command.
So they're not just talking the talk.
No, they're actually using this stuff.
That's impressive.
And they claim that 4 major AI advancements this year are making this kind of tech a reality.
Okay. All ears laid on me.
Okay, so we've got Sonic 3.5,
Uh-huh.
structured outputs,
Okay.
something called O1 reasoning models,
Interesting.
and the real-time API.
Okay, break those down for me. What do those even mean?
So each one is like a piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
Let's start with Sonic 3.5.
All right.
This is likely a new breed of AI from Google that's all about understanding and responding to natural language.
So like talking to your computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's a person.
Imagine talking to your computer like you would to a colleague, giving it instructions in plain English.
So no more wrestling with complex syntax or command lines.
Exactly.
I like where this is going.
Then we have structured outputs.
Okay.
Instead of AI just spitting out messy text,
Right.
it can actually deliver results in formats like JSON or XML,
Which are
which are easily understood by other systems. So think about it, AI generating code that's ready to integrate into your project, no manual cleanup needed.
automation gold.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. What about those O1 reasoning models?
O1 reasoning models seem to be all about logic and deduction.
Okay.
So imagine AI that can sift through complex information, understand relationships,
Wow.
and make decisions based on pure logic, like a turbocharged version of those old expert systems.
Gotcha.
This could be a game changer for things like automated testing or debugging, where, finding those needle in a haystack bugs relies on meticulous logical analysis,
So AI Sherlock Holmes,
if
basically.
you like it. And tying it all together is the real-time API.
Okay.
This allows developers to tap into these powerful AI capabilities, instantly integrating them into any application they build.
So it's like having a direct line to an AI brain
Exactly.
ready to process information and execute tasks on demand.
Precisely.
That sounds insanely powerful, but hold on. How does Ada, this super assistant, actually use all of this?
Yeah. Remember those demos with Ada working on that mock database?
Yeah.
It's using these very technologies. Ada understands the database structure, writes SQL queries to pull the specific data you need, then generates the code to visualize it all, because this expert has skillfully leveraged those 4 advancements.
So to recap, Ada is a powerful example of what AI can do, and these 4 advancements are the building blocks.
Exactly. It's a glimpse into how software engineers might work in the near future.
Interesting.
Delegating complex tasks to AI.
Yeah.
Freeing up time to focus on big picture thinking and problem solving.
So it really does paint a picture of engineers becoming more like conductors, orchestrating a symphony of AI capabilities.
That's the idea this expert keeps coming back to, orchestrating compute. They see software development evolving from writing line-by-line code to composing prompts that instruct AI agents to carry out tasks.
So instead of writing every detail, we're giving AI the high-level instructions and letting it figure out the nitty-gritty.
Precisely, think of it like this: prompts are the foundation, AI agents are the skilled workers, and an AI assistant like Ada is the project manager coordinating everything.
Hey, want our free AI dope top AI tools that we use? Chat below. It's our live Google Sheets packed with over 100 killer tools: video, music, photos, AI voices, productivity, script writing, YouTube hacks, captions, the works. Always growing. Live Google Sheet. Always free. AI, dope top AI tools that we use. Download and chat below. back to the show.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could lead to those insane productivity gains you mentioned earlier.
Right.
But let's shift gears for a second.
Sure.
What about this concept of agentic software? What does that even mean?
Now we're getting to the really mind-bending stuff.
Okay.
Agentic software is what this expert calls living software.
Living software.
Software that acts on your behalf, understands your needs,
Okay.
and even adapts on its own.
Wow.
It's like having a digital partner that's constantly learning and evolving alongside you.
Hold on. So it's not just about me giving the AI instructions.
Right.
The AI might actually start giving me suggestions.
Exactly.
Like, hey, to improve this feature, I need access to this data. Am I getting that right?
The AI becomes proactive, constantly learning and evolving, anticipating what you need even before you ask.
That's wild.
This expert admits it's still a ways off, maybe 3, 5, even 10 years down the line.
Okay, so living software is the long-term vision.
Right.
But what about practical steps we can take now
Yeah.
to leverage AI and boost productivity?
That's where this expert gets really tactical.
Okay.
Their plan for 2025 is simple. Identify your most time-consuming tasks and ask yourself,
Yeah.
how can I use AI to do this faster, better, or cheaper?
So it's not about AI replacing engineers,
No.
but about making them more efficient.
Exactly, and the level of AI sophistication you need depends on the task.
Okay.
For a one-off task, a simple prompt in ChatGPT might be enough,
Right.
but for recurring tasks, especially ones critical to your workflow,
Yeah.
building dedicated AI agents, or even a custom AI assistant like Ada might be the answer.
Okay, that makes sense. I remember this expert saying that all the hype around code generation is a bit overblown. Weren't they the ones who built Ada, a code-generating AI assistant?
Yes, and they still see it as a powerful tool.
Right.
But they argue it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
Building valuable software requires a lot more than just writing code.
Right.
It's about understanding user needs,
Sure.
designing robust systems, testing thoroughly,
Yep.
and iterating based on feedback, all skills that go beyond just churning out lines of code.
So the idea that anyone can be a developer now, just because AI can generate code, is a bit misleading.
Exactly. The real power of AI comes from looking at the entire software engineering process, not just the coding part.
This expert also mentioned the growing importance of filtering out all the noise and misinformation in the age of AI. It's like we need AI to help us make sense of all the AI content out there.
It's a bit ironic, right?
Yeah.
But it highlights how critical it is to develop strong critical thinking skills and find reliable sources of information,
Right.
even when using AI tools.
Speaking of finding the right tool, this expert had a really clear framework for that.
Yeah,
It basically boiled down to how often you do a task and how critical it is.
right. The more frequent and critical the task, the more sophisticated the AI solution you might need.
Okay.
Think of it as a ladder. Simple prompts at the bottom,
Uh-huh.
then specialized AI agents,
Okay.
and finally at the top, full-blown AI assistants like Ada.
So start by making a list of your most common engineering tasks, and then see where they fall on that ladder.
Yeah,
I like it. It's a really practical approach.
it is, and it's a great way to start maximizing your own compute and preparing for the future of software engineering.
Right.
This expert believes that to win in 2025 and beyond, we need to become masters of leveraging AI.
And to help us do just, they've got 3 big things planned before the year is out.
Really?
First up, they're going deep on meta prompting concepts.
Which is basically prompting the prompts, right?
Yeah.
Training AI to generate even better prompts for specific tasks,
Okay.
leading to even more accurate and efficient results.
Interesting.
It's like teaching AI to be a better communicator, both with us and with itself.
Next, they're releasing their AI coding course, which is all about helping engineers master those cutting-edge AI coding tools.
It's not just about learning the tools we have today, but also about building a foundation for the future of AI power development.
And finally, they're continuing to push the boundaries of next-generation AI tooling.
Always experimenting, always innovating, always striving to bring that vision of living software closer to reality.
So if you're as intrigued by this vision of the future as I am, you definitely won't want to miss the rest of this deep dive. We'll be back in just a moment with part 2.
Welcome back. It's fascinating how this expert boils down software engineering to its essence. They describe it as just 2 core actions: ingesting data
Yep.
and synthesizing outputs.
And they even give real-world examples to illustrate what they mean, right?
Exactly. For ingesting data, they talk about databases, code bases, documentation blogs, industry trends. It's all the information we as engineers consume on a daily basis.
And when they talk about synthesizing outputs, they're referring to the things we create, code reports, research findings, media, even entire products.
It's a simple framework,
Yeah.
but it's powerful because it highlights where AI can really revolutionize things.
If we can automate or at least streamline those core actions of ingesting and synthesizing, we can fundamentally change how we approach software development.
Absolutely. And that's where maximizing our compute becomes critical. Remember, it's not just about raw processing power,
Right.
but about how effectively we leverage AI to amplify our capabilities.
So it's not about having the fastest computer. It's about using AI to make us smarter and more efficient. Which brings us back to this expert's 2025 plan. They're systematically evaluating all their tasks, looking for places where AI can step in.
And they have that clear hierarchy for choosing the right tool for the job. Simple prompts in ChatGPT for one-off tasks.
Right.
Specialized AI agents for recurring tasks.
Yeah.
And powerful AI assistants like Ada for complex multi-step processes.
It's a really practical, almost methodical approach that anyone can use. Just be mindful of how you're spending your time and always ask, can AI help me do this better or faster?
Precisely. And keep in mind that even though code generation is generating a lot of buzz right now, this expert sees it as just one small piece of the puzzle.
No.
They believe AI will transform every aspect of software engineering, from data analysis and documentation to testing and even product design.
Which leads to a really interesting question. If AI takes over more and more of the heavy lifting, what happens to the role of the software engineer?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Will we all become AI prompt engineers managing teams of digital workers, or will our roles evolve into something entirely new?
Maybe a bit of both. It's likely our jobs will shift toward more strategic creative work. We'll spend less time in the weeds and more time focusing on the big picture, understanding user needs, designing elegant solutions, and solving complex problems.
Exactly. AI could become our partner in innovation, freeing us from the mundane so we can explore the truly transformative. Imagine what we could accomplish if we weren't bogged down by repetitive tasks.
This expert seems convinced that we're on the brink of a massive shift in software engineering, all driven by this expanded idea of AI compute.
And they are definitely enthusiastic about it. They truly believe we're entering a golden age of innovation, a time when AI will empower us to build things we never thought possible.
That's exciting.
But that brings us back to those 3 initiatives they have planned to prepare us for this future.
Right, they're going to be diving into meta-prompting concepts, essentially teaching AI to write even better prompts so we can get even better results.
It's like teaching AI to communicate more effectively both with humans and with other AI systems. The more refined the prompts, the more powerful and precise the outputs.
Then there's the AI coding course they're releasing.
Yeah.
It promises to equip engineers with the skills to not only use today's AI coding tools, but also adapt to the rapidly changing landscape of AI-powered development.
The goal is to stay ahead of the curve, ensuring we have the knowledge and skills to fully leverage the potential of AI in software engineering.
And of course, they're continuing to push the boundaries of what's possible with next-generation AI tooling. Always experimenting, always innovating, always pushing us closer to that vision of living software.
This expert clearly sees AI as more than just a tool. It's a force that's reshaping the landscape of software engineering, and their vision is contagious.
They truly believe that we're on the cusp of something incredible, a future where AI will amplify our abilities and unlock unprecedented levels of innovation. And on that note, we'll have to pause here for today.
But don't worry, be sure to join us for the final part of this deep dive, where we'll delve deeper into the challenges and opportunities of this AI-driven future and what it means for all of us.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. It's been really fascinating exploring this expert's vision of the future of engineering. One of the keeps coming up is how they redefine the very concept of compute.
Yeah, it's not just about processing speed anymore, right?
Exactly. It's way more than just the hardware now. This expert seems to see compute as encompassing algorithms, data, and human intelligence.
Like it's the whole package.
Yeah, the human element is key.
It's not just about raw power, it's about how we use it.
And that makes me think about those AI agents and assistants like Ada.
Oh yeah, Ada's a perfect example.
It's almost like having a colleague who can analyze information, make decisions, and even anticipate your needs.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
And this expert thinks that mastering these AI capabilities is going to be crucial for engineers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just be a coder anymore.
Right. You need to be able to think strategically about AI.
Exactly. You got to understand its strengths and limitations so you can design systems that really leverage its power.
It's like we're moving from a world of programming to a world of prompting.
That's a good way to put it.
But does that mean coding is dead?
I wouldn't say dead, but it's definitely changing big time.
Okay, so more like evolving.
Yeah, it's about augmenting our skills with AI code will still be there, but the way we work with it is going to be totally different.
And that's where this expert's work with Ada is so interesting.
Right on. They literally built an AI assistant that writes code.
But then they also say all the hype around code generation is kind of overblown.
I think what they're getting at is that code generation is just one tool in the toolbox.
Okay.
Building great software takes a lot more than just code.
Right, like design,
Yeah.
user experience, all that stuff.
Exactly. And you can't forget testing and maintenance either.
So it's not as simple as saying anyone can be an engineer now just because AI can write code.
Nope. AI can't replace all the other skills and expertise that go into building software.
And that leads us to that concept of living software.
Oh, yeah. That's where things get really futuristic.
Software that's constantly learning, adapting, and anticipating our needs. It's a wild idea.
It's definitely exciting, but it also raises some big questions.
Like what?
Well, how do we make sure this living software is safe and ethical?
Right, because it has the potential to be incredibly powerful.
Exactly. We're talking about systems that can make decisions on their own, so we need to be really careful about how we design and control them.
It's almost like we're creating new forms of intelligence.
And those are the kinds of challenges we need to be thinking about right now.
Absolutely. So for all the engineers out there who are excited, but maybe a little intimidated by this future, what advice does this expert have for them?
Just start experimenting. There are so many AI tools available now.
Yeah, a lot of them are free. They're pretty cheap.
Exactly. So play around with them, see what they can do.
It's like learning a new language. The more you practice, the better you get.
And even if you're not a coder, start learning about basic AI concepts.
There are tons of resources out there, online courses, podcasts, you name it.
The important thing is to stay engaged and keep learning because this field is changing so fast.
And if you want another AI deep dive, check this next video and ask, am I really living in these AI dope times?